Hey guys. So, I hope you can see me the right angle. It made me put my phone vertical. So, maybe that's the new way to do live. I'm finally doing this video per request because it's definitely not a topic I've ever gone very deep into with you guys. It's just not what my channel's about. And even though I am and have been very passionate about health and nutrition and fitness for 30 years, 25 years, I just don't talk about it on my channel that much. I just feel like there's so many influencers out there that are, they take it far beyond what I would ever take it to, that I just feel like no one's gonna come and listen to me talk about this. So I just stick to marriage and parenting and homemaking and faith on my channel. And I know I do other things too, but it just seems like this topic, there's so many voices, and the most I could offer is just my story, because everybody's so different and different things work for different people, and it's just hard to say do this or this is what I do, so you should do this. Like, maybe not, maybe it isn't best for everybody, but I hope that my story and my my approach to nutrition and fitness and health can be of some help to you, encouragement, at least inspiration. I've gotten a ton of requests for this through the years, but I've gotten a lot of requests recently, and I don't want to ignore you guys for the sake of my comfort zone. But yeah, so I've been trying to think of what to do, how to approach sharing anything with you. And I thought just my story of how I even started to care about health and nutrition and fitness is probably a good place to start. So I hope you're all doing well this Sunday. Thanks for joining me. I am 41. I have two children, 14 and 13. So I'm officially a mother of two teenage boys. What in the world? I still can't believe it. I think that my first interest in working out in fitness was the summer I turned 13. My mom's friend gave me this VHS youth workout video, and it was summer and I was at home. My cousins were with me. They would sleep over regularly, and it was like, let's see this video. And it was these three girls jumping around doing aerobics. And so we did the video, and we did it like every single day. And the reason was for fun. It was never, I need to lose weight, I need to look this way or that way. It was always just for fun. And I think my mom laid a great foundation and just exemplified freedom in eating and enjoyment in eating, that I never grew up with any issues towards food. I love food. I love to eat. I love to cook. I love to cook good. I love to eat good. I am not scared of food in any way, shape, or form. I think I have a very healthy relationship with food, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that. My mom, my grandma, my culture, we eat in abundance, where we come from Latin culture. And so not only is everything homemade, but there's a lot of love and emphasis put on food and eating together and feeding people. And so I grew up in that. And so food is a good thing in my culture. And so that plays into it. Also, the era I grew up in, I know that there's been, junk in movies and horrible messages to girls in magazines forever, but I just wasn't exposed to it, I guess. I wasn't one of those girls that was looking at magazines. I didn't, I watched like Full House, like family shows and Family Matters. And I don't know, those messages were not very strong there. And if they were, they either didn't affect me or they went over my head, because I don't remember feeling like I had to be a certain way or look a certain way physically. I do think growing up in Miami, Florida, fashion was a little bit more of a pressure than outward appearance. I even remember in 8th grade, look at my hair, you guys. My hair is the straightest hair. If I wet it and let it dry, it is this straight. There is no straightening ever happening with my hair. I have naturally very, 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 very straight hair. I'm of Spanish descent from Spain, and Spaniards usually have like olive skin tone, light, like hazel or green eyes, brown hair, not necessarily curly hair. And so my family, we don't have curly hair. But you look at where I grew up in Miami, Florida, among the Dominican girls and the Puerto Rican girls and the Mexican girls, everybody had curly hair. So the style in 8th grade was mousse and curly hair, and I had dead straight hair. So I was out of style with something that I couldn't control. But then later, thanks, lucky me, 8, 9, 10, 3 years later in 11th grade, straight hair became the thing. And everybody was getting their straightening iron things, and everybody was straightening their hair. They're like, what kind of iron do you use? I'm like, none. I've never done anything with my hair my whole life because it is so straight. I can't do anything to it. So those were the things that I feel like I felt pressure in, was the hair and the clothes and the right shoes and the right fashion, but never the body type. That's more now, and it must have even more of an impact on young girls because of social media and all that. So I feel like my desire to be healthy was healthy. It was for health. It was not for weight loss. It wasn't to achieve a certain kind of body. I wasn't scared of food. I loved food. I liked healthy food, and I knew what healthy food and bad food was. So I would never deprive myself completely of dessert and unhealthy foods, but I never was excessive. And I have never liked soda my entire life. I have only liked water. So I am sure these things helped me stay trim my whole life. I just had a natural taste for water. I didn't like sugary everything. Don't get me wrong, I had my McDonald's days when I got my license. I remember it was bucket of fries time at McDonald's, so I used to go every day and get a bucket of fries for $2.12 from the drive-thru and eat that thing. I had my Pop-Tart years, I had my Chef Boyardee days, my cup of noodle days, processed bread, Kraft singles. I ate all that. I had toaster strudels, but for the most part, I ate very healthy growing up. Homemade breakfast. Lunch was different throughout my life. Sometimes it was cafeteria lunch, which was all cooked and in the cafeteria. Like they gave me, my uncle actually went back and got the recipe for their meatloaf years later because they made it there. So food was very different when I was in school. Then I would pack my lunch sometimes, and then come high school with my license, I used to go driving to the nearest fast food place. And then dinner was at home, homemade. So I've eaten pretty healthy, and of course had some unhealthy snacks along the way. But once I was out on my own, I chose to eat healthy. And all that stuff is laying that good foundation. I started to work out. Like I had that first exposure at 12 with that fitness video, but I was always very active. I've never been, I don't know, like we all have different tendencies. I've never had the tendency to just chill or be lazy or just sit around watching TV all day. It's just not been my tendency. I even, when I was 9 and 8 years old, you guys, Saturday morning, I decided on my own that I would get up, I would dust my dresser, clean my mirror, make my bed, organize my closet, vacuum my carpet, and then I was ready to enjoy my weekend. This is my personality, even at 8 and 9. So I've always been a very productive person and very fulfilled with work and doing and activity. I've never been like, let's stay in our pajamas all day and just relax. Not that I've never had a day like that in my life, but it is not the norm. And so that's the pattern of my life. And so naturally, I think the activity, the productivity, the self-motivation, it just spills over into other parts of your life. So if I want to eat healthy, I'm going to eat healthy. If I want to be fit, I'm going to be fit. And so these are those things that I didn't really have power over. They were just the way the things, the influences in my life, the ways that people brought me up, the things that were provided for me, and then my own personality in the mix. And so those things played in my favor. That doesn't mean that if you don't have any of that, you can't choose, I want to be healthier. I want to be more active. I want to be more fit. That doesn't mean that. I'm just letting you know my story of how I think this beginning helped me. And so come 10th grade, I was the heaviest or the biggest I've ever been, which I didn't even know or care. I didn't even know until after, oh, I was a size 7 in junior clothes. That's the largest I've ever been. But I didn't notice, nor did I care. I just bought clothes, and if it didn't fit, I would try on the next size up. And these fit, okay, I'm buying them. It was never an issue. It was never something I noticed or was aware of. It was completely not a big deal. And I do think also Latin culture, skinny is a no-no. You don't want to be skinny. You want to be meaty. So that was fine with me and with my family. So I've never heard anything about you need to lose weight, you need to watch what you eat, coming from home, which I think was a huge blessing for me. But in 10th grade, I had health class for the first time ever, and it like opened my mind and my eyes to a whole new world that I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to be healthy. I started to do, in the health trends that changed through the years, the trend back then was low fat. So horrible. But I followed it. I did low fat, and it was this formula that you took like your weight, your height, and something else, and you calculated how many grams of fat you should not exceed per day. And mine was 49. So 49 grams of fat was my permitted fat per day. So I started to eat, I still remember it exactly how it was. I would have half a plain bagel with a tablespoon of cream cheese for breakfast. Then for snack, a few carrots. Then for lunch, a sandwich with 2 slices of white processed horrible bread with 3 slices of healthy choice ham, 1 slice of Kraft American single, and then the other bread with no mayonnaise, sometimes mustard, and either a granola bar or some more carrots or an apple. And then afternoon snack was a granola bar or fruit or a vegetable. Then dinner, if I almost was passing my fat grams, sometimes I would eat a can of peas, okay? Talk about nutritionally deplete day of food, yuck. But without trying to, I lost so much weight. And people thought I had an eating disorder. I wasn't trying to lose weight. I was just trying to be healthy. But that's one of the perks about eating healthy is you naturally lose weight. And so, and also I was in 10th grade, so my metabolism was very fast. But I went to like a size 2, and I didn't like that. I was too little. So I started to, the journey of weird food lifestyle. I started to eat like crazy, and it took me about a year to get back to like a size 5. And then I was happy there. But that was also the time in my life where I got my driver's license. I joined a gym, and I started to do step aerobics. I started to learn about weightlifting, not weightlifting like a huge buff woman, just strength training, which I've always liked, and I still think every woman should do. But still my go-to, still my favorite, hands down. Strength training. Ladies, do strength training. If you want to have shape, if you want to be lean and strong and have some sort of curve, weight training, it is the best thing you should do. I've never been a fan of cardio, even though I have gone through kicks of like HIIT is high intensity interval training. So I went through a little phase of that, and I liked it, and I think it was more exciting to see how much endurance I could achieve. But that didn't last long, maybe 8 months. And I've gone through little Pilates kicks before. I've gone through step aerobics, cycling, kickboxing, but I always go back to trusty old strength training. It's my favorite. It's the easiest. I feel like you get the most bang for your buck. You get your heart rate goes up, you burn calories for hours afterwards, you see results fast, and the kind of results, everybody wants different results. The kind of results I see fast with strength training. And it's very, I don't know, you just feel very empowered because you're lifting heavy things and you just feel strong, and it's a good feeling. So that's when I started, 16. I worked out regularly, I would say 3 to 4 times a week until I got married. And once I got married, I stopped working out for 10 years. Okay. So I got married at 23, and I don't know what happened, but I guess adult life happened. Got a full-time job. I'm married. We tried to work out together for a little while, but it didn't last. And so we just totally stopped working out. But I've never had a sedentary job. So even when I was married and those 10 years, I worked in very fast-paced jobs. And then right after I got pregnant, soon after I quit my career and came home, and I've been on my feet ever since because being a stay-at-home mother is constant work. So I have never been at a sit-down job ever. I've always been in the food industry. I was in the rental car industry for a while. I was in the hotel industry for a little while, and then I've been a full-time mom, homeschool mom, homemaker for the last 14 years. So I've always walking and doing. Let's see. About 9 years ago, I thought, what in the world happened to my fitness life? What is happening? I need to reclaim that part of my life. I am starting to work out again. And it was a really hard decision, like if I should stay home and work out, if I should go to a gym and work out. The parts about going to a gym, obviously they have all the equipment. It's great, but it costs money. And then it takes time to get there and time to get back. And the germs, and when do you go? Who do you leave the kids with? All that stuff. So I decided to work out at home, and I invested in some good adjustable dumbbells, a mat, some bands, and some lighter weights. And I pretty much just started out at home, and I've been doing it ever since. I have contemplated joining a gym many times since. I always end up nah, I'll just do it at home. Kind of like everything else. I've had my children at home, I homeschool at home, I work at home, and I work out at home. I don't want to go anywhere for anything. It's kind of funny. So I've been working out at home for 9 years, and I've had my ups and downs. I'm actually on a very bad slump right now where I have not hit it hard in like, I don't even know how long, probably close to a year, to be honest. I've tried to get back into it, and then I'll do one good solid week, maybe a week and a half, and then I go right back to week wussy workouts, the minimum. But there was a good chunk of like 7 to 8 years of just hard, consistent, every other day working out and pushing myself to where you actually see progress. If you want to see results, you have to push yourself. You cannot act like you're in maintenance mode until you're actually in maintenance mode. And what I've done is I've kind of taken advantage of my maintenance mode, but I think I'm going too long. I need to get back into it because I'm going to realize, now I've fallen off. Yes, I'm not as consistent as I was before. I'm not working out as hard as I was before, but I kind of am getting away with it because I've laid such a strong foundation that I'm not falling off. I'm not seeing like, oh no, I'm gaining weight here, and if I am, I don't even notice because, as you know, I already shared, I didn't even care or know when I was a size 7, but I'm not a size 7 or I guess 8 in women's sizes. But still, like, I have that foundation to fall back on. I have this little wiggle room because I've put in so much work. But I'm 41. Things are going to be changing soon. My hormones, my metabolism, all that stuff is going to be changing soon. And I can't get slow now because it's going to catch up with me. So I really do need to get back. But it's just been hard with educating my boys. They're getting older. They require more time. They require more social stuff. So my day is filled with teaching the kids and then housework and their work, and then trying to get friends in their life, which takes time and effort to plan with other moms and other children. And I can't just say, you guys come here every time. I need to take them places too. So all of that is just newer in my life. It's changing. Each season is different. And so I have plenty of time to work out. It's just hard to give up my mornings because I love my slow paced coffee mornings with my Bible on my porch. But I also, that would be the perfect time to work out, but I hate working out in the morning. My favorite time to work out is around 2 to 4, somewhere in that window. I just feel like I have the most energy. I feel like my brain is free of all the morning's responsibilities. By that time, we're usually done with all of our school and all of our chores. And so I could just like go take some time for myself and work out. But that's also been the time of day that we've been going to see friends or having friends over. And so it's throwing me off big time this last year. And so I've got to figure something out fast. Did I have any problems going from a vegan diet to eating meat? No, it was a huge relief. Being a vegan was not for us. Not for us at all. We tried it because we thought it was healthier, but I've been happy eating farm-raised local meat and farm fresh eggs and raw dairy, raw local dairy, and making as much food as I can homemade from good natural and local sources here. So vegan, I don't remember feeling bad. I remember feeling relieved and so happy to eat meat again. I so relate to you in the season you're in. I enjoy the slow mornings, but my 6-year-old has needed more social time, so co-op has entered our schedule. Okay. I guess, yes, every child is different, but at 6, don't overexert yourself with social time because it's only going to get more later. I didn't really start caring that much about making sure my kids saw friends at least twice a week until they were like 12 and 11. I would definitely use those little years to be home as much as possible because it's only going to get more busy. Yes, I still do Juice Plus. Yep, slow mornings are such a blessing. Thank you, Isabella. So let's see. So for the last 9 years, consistent, and again, went through different kicks there. I loved HIIT for a while. I loved Pilates for a while. I've always loved strength training, and I always fall back on that. I've never been very restrictive. Like, I think it's very unrealistic to think I'm never eating Popeyes again. Oh, yes, I am, because Popeyes is divine and I want it sometimes. But truthfully, it's like once every couple of years, and I'm okay with that. Of course, I could do it every month, but I just don't, And eating out, I don't know, it's expensive. It's so unhealthy. The quality of the food is so poor. So all that stuff, once I start thinking about it, I'm like, I'll just make my food at home. Thank you. But of course, it's fun to eat out sometimes. And when I eat out, I never get the healthy thing, ever. Because that's why I'm eating out, to eat something delicious that I never eat at home, that is once in a while a little indulgent treat, So I have no problem getting like a burger and fries, or chicken fingers, deep fried chicken fingers, or the stuff that I don't make at home. And well, I make burgers at home, but and people consider that stuff unhealthy. I don't know. I guess the oil they use is unhealthy, but at home, my burgers are delicious and healthy. And I don't really ever make fries, but I make roasted fries, and I will cut them real thin and turn them a lot when they're baking, so they come out and they taste like delicious, like fries. So let's see. As far as what I do right now for my exercise, I'm going to give you kind of like, get a pen and paper to take some notes. I'll give you some YouTube channels I love and have followed through the years that I highly recommend. You can use them, follow them. I'll give you some exercise names that I do. I don't do the same thing every day, which is also a big deal. You guys, don't just do the same thing every day. There is some truth to something's better than nothing, but if you actually want results, something is not just better than nothing. You have to push yourself. You have to. If you don't push yourself, you're not going to see results. So yeah, you're doing something, but nothing's going to happen. If you don't use the little time you have to work out to the full benefit that it could be by doing exercises in their proper form, by focusing on the correct muscles that you're using and using the proper muscles and taking your time and lifting enough to where it's actually a challenge, then you're not going to see results and you're going to feel like you're doing all this stuff for no reason. It doesn't take that much time to put in those few extra intentional things that will give you better and faster results. And you, of course, food is going to matter and consistency is going to matter. That's probably the biggest thing that I could tell you is consistency. Sure, you can work out for a month, you might see some results, but if you stop, it's over and you're going to start from scratch again. You have to make it a lifestyle. This is not new. People say this all the time. If you don't make it a lifestyle, then you will at some point end up somewhere that you have to start from scratch again. Always. You're always going to find yourself there. And it's just not where you want to avoid that, maintenance and preventative is the best way to live life in like all areas, because then you don't have to start with the mountain of dirty dishes because you cleaned the one dish every single time and it never got into a mountain, like don't wait until you feel super overweight or super unhealthy or like you eat so bad, and don't wait for that. Don't wait till you're sick. Prevent and maintain. Live a life of health. Allow yourself fries every once in a while. Allow yourself dessert every once in a while. Allow yourself a soda every once in a while, even though I feel like saying never again for the rest of your life, have a soda. Oh my goodness. But if you're a soda obsessed person, sure, have one. But, try to eat healthy most days. Most days. Let me read a few and then I'm going to tell you about what I do every day for my exercises. I have a few videos on my skincare that you can check out, and it has not changed much from the last time I posted that, so definitely check it out. I was about to skip my strength training day today because I was tired. You encouraged me to get your booty up, girl, get my shoes on and go lift, because yes, it is the healthiest thing to do. And it's Sunday and you're off, and why not start the week off like that, right? Yes, go for it. Okay, so what do? I try to work out at least 3 times a week, but 4 or 5 is ideal, but 3 is fine. I think 4 is ideal. And that gives you some wiggle room, because if I can't work out Tuesday or Wednesday, okay, I'll work out Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and it's okay. But if I can work out, 4 days, then I will. I usually do, there's a million ways to exercise, okay? A million. What I love, my favorite, is strength, weights, dumbbells. I love circuit training instead of 3 reps of this exercise and resting in between, not reps, sets. 3 sets of squats and resting in between each set. I don't like that. I feel like that takes so long. I would so much rather do compound exercises or circuit training. So let's just take circuit training day. If I'm doing lower body, I will think, okay, I want to do quads. I want to do outer thigh, inner thigh, glutes, and calves. That's 5 muscle groups. That's going to be at least 5 exercises. And I will do all 5 back to back, then take a break, and then do all 5 again, back to back, take another break, then do all 5 again, back to back, and I'll be done. Unless I want to do a few others. And most of the time, then I'll do planks, which I do this Bowflex 3-minute plank video. I do, Blogilates has this full body workout where she'll do the whole first like 10 minutes or 5 minutes is planking, and I'll do that part of the video and that's it. And then I'll call it a day. That's it. So some exercises, like my go-to, let's say I have no time to think, some variation of a squat. It could be a regular squat or a sumo squat or a plie squat. So one of those or two of those. And I will do weighted always, either holding my weights here or hanging the weights. But I will do weighted squats, and you want to be able to do at least 8, but no more than 15. If you're not dying by 15, then your weight is too light. You want to wear yourself out. So between 8 and 15, you choose. If you don't want it to be super heavy, you can go a little lighter and do 15, but make sure that you're feeling it, you know? And then right after that, go into lunges. And then right after lunges, go into calf raises. And then right after calf raises, go into Roman deadlifts. And then right after that, go into hip thrusts. And with hip thrusts, you can target your outer thighs. If you do them with a band around your thighs, you do a hip thrust and then push against the band for your outer thighs. So you do like hip thrust, spread your thighs a little bit, close your thighs, go back down. Hip thrust, spread your thighs a little bit, close them back up, go back down. And again, weights, all of these with weights. So for the squats, weighted. For the lunges, just hanging your weights by your side. For the calf raises, hanging your weights by your side. For the hip thrusts, putting them on your hips, and you can either do them on the floor like a bridge, or you can use a chair or your bed and you lay like on your shoulder blades up against the edge of the furniture. I would look these up online so you can see the proper form. I'm not going to demonstrate them. That's why I've never done these videos, because I don't want to demonstrate my exercises on the internet for everybody. There's other people that do that, so check them out. So I'll say them again. Some variation of a squat, either regular, plie, or sumo. Lunges, hip thrusts, Roman deadlifts, calf raises, and there's so many variations of lunges as well. There's the side lunges, which target the outer thighs. There's the split squats. I always forget the full name of them, where one of your feet are up like on the bed or a chair and your other leg is out in front of you and you're doing lunges. And that's pretty much it. That's like a great leg day. And then sometimes after I do that, I'll put on a Blogilates inner thigh workout video, and it's just inner thighs the whole time and you want to die. But it's awesome. So that would be a leg day. A compound exercise day where you want to do full body with just 4 or 5 exercises. You can do weights right here, squat and stand up, shoulder press, back down, squat, shoulder press, back down, squat, shoulder press. You can do Roman deadlifts. And then once you're standing again, calf raise, deadlift, calf raise, deadlift, calf raise. You can do triceps and sumo squat. So sumo squat, triceps, sumo squat, triceps. That would be more of a compound workout where you're doing multiple muscle groups within just one set, because you're doing all these different muscles with just one exercise. And then like an upper body day, I'm going to be thinking core, biceps, triceps, shoulders, back, chest. So that's going to be 5 again, and then planking again. So I would probably do chest presses and butterflies, or one or the other. I would probably do rows, back rows. For shoulders, I always come all the way down when I'm doing shoulder presses, because when you come all the way down, if you focus, you have to concentrate on your back muscles. You'll start off that shoulder press with your back, and then you'll finish with your shoulders. Triceps, there's so many different triceps exercises. And then biceps, I usually destroy till I can't even lift 2 pounds. I'll do 21s. So you'll do 7 full bicep curls, and then 7 halfway, and then 7 halfway from half up, and then 7, then you'll do 2 more sets like that. And the same, I do at circuit training. So I'll do chest, back, biceps, triceps, and shoulders, and then I'll take a break. And then I'll do that circuit again and take a break. Now, the way that I change it up is I don't do the same exercises every time. And so even though I'm always doing circuit or compound, sometimes I do compound. Most of the time I like circuit because it's upper body, lower body, and you're done. Upper body one day, lower body another day, like that. And I'll change the weight as well. There's a few exercises you have to learn your body. You have to learn what you can and can't do. I cannot do heavy weights when I do lunges. I always hurt my back. So I would rather do more reps with lighter weight than just not do that exercise, because it's such a good exercise that I want to keep it in my routine. But if I try to push myself and hold 40 pounds, I always hurt my back. I don't know why. So I'm at this age where I'm running into new things, and I have to tweak things in order to not hurt myself, but still get to continue working out. Let's see. And the last thing I wrote here was that I've never had the I need to lose weight mentality. I've always had the I need to be healthy mentality. And I really think that is where everything you do for your health, your nutrition, your fitness is going to stem from. Whatever your mentality is behind it, your motivation, what is it? My motivation is to be healthy and strong so I can serve the Lord with my life, so I could be a healthy mom to serve my family and my children and and have the best life because I feel good because I'm taking care of myself, not I want to lose weight. So really, really, that's probably square one where you need to think about what is my motivation and why. And I really think, losing weight or liking the way you look, first of all, there's so much we can talk about there. Just anything that makes you not like the way you look, get it out of your life. I remember when I was 17, no, it was 17 magazine. When I was like 20, I was looking at 17 magazine regularly, and it was when I don't know why. I would just remember that year. I remember acknowledging, I'm starting to not be satisfied with this or this part of my body. And I knew why. And so I said, I'm not reading this anymore. I'm not looking at this anymore. This is out of my life from now on. And because I knew what was doing it. So examine, why am I dissatisfied? Why? And whatever it is that's causing that, get it out of your life. It's not worth it. Be happy with who you are, how you look, how God made you, and do the best you can with what you've been given, right? So that, but, oh yes, what I was going to say is if you put these things into practice, if you are consistent with eating right, not only are you going to feel way better when you exercise and when you eat right, but you're going to see natural benefits physically, and you're going to be happy with it. It's just like what happens when you do these things. It's not the reason you're doing it. It's just one of the nice icing on the cake, right? Let's see. My problem is I didn't wait until I was sick, which makes me so upset. I was healthy before Hashimoto's entered my life. It's so difficult finding a new normal. Of course, there's going to be things like that. I am not here, and I know you're not saying this. I'm just saying because you're helping me think about, situations like that. My cousin, she was a hit fanatic. She got to the point where she was just like incredibly fit. And she got, her lupus flared up and her life has changed. Her lupus flared up. She has rheumatoid arthritis. She cannot work out anymore. And so, of course, there's things like that we can't help. And it's okay. It is okay. Think topics like this can get touchy like that because clearly it's not, this is how it's going to be for everybody. If you just do this, this, and this. No, there are situations in people's lives that don't make it possible. And that doesn't mean, well, now you're less of a person or now you're going to be less fulfilled in life. No, the Lord is with you in that trial, and he will work in you and grow your faith through that trial and use you anyway in a different way in that trial. And so I understand, and I sympathize with you. And even though, you know, it's profitable to exercise and be healthy, but there's nothing more profitable than godliness. So I wish I can remember the exact verse, but I think he specifically is talking about physical something is profitable, but godliness is profitable for this life only, maybe, and godliness is profitable for always. So there's exceptions, and that's why even though this is important, it's not important eternally. It's not. And we live in this world, with this broken world, where there's suffering and sickness, and it's, yeah. So thanks for sharing that, Sunny. And I do hope that you find a way to feel the best you're able to feel with Hashimoto's, and on those hard days that you just cling to the Lord. Cling to the Lord and find strength in him. Isabella, I have a video where I share that whole testimony about being at peace with my husband and I, making the decision to only have 2 children. Yes, you can watch that video if you like. I've been at peace about it for many years, but I share more of the in-depth story on that video if you want to watch that sometime. 50 squats with a friend the other day, and I was so proud of myself. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, if you don't work out very often and you were able to do 50 squats, you have a great foundation, girl. Keep it up. Plie, squats, lunges, pile maybe? I'm not sure. I think I spelled it wrong. Yeah, plie squats, but then the lunges are something split lunges. There's like one word and then split lunges, but I don't know. Oh, you missed my marriage Mondays. I think about it. I do. I just feel like I would probably just have to repeat old material. But thank you, Amanda. Oh my goodness. You fractured your back doing 25-pound deadlift? 6 months postpartum. Oh my word. Yeah, lightweight. You gotta do what you gotta do for your body, not get hurt. A cookbook. Can you make a heart for us? I don't get it. A punch. What is a punch? All right. Well, yeah, it is starting to attract trolls. Okay, you guys, that's all I wanted to share. I hope that sharing what I do for working out made sense and came across understandable. Some channels that I would recommend. Fitness Blender, I loved for when I was doing HIIT, but they also have some really great full body strength training videos, and they mostly use dumbbells. So I love Fitness Blender. Blogilates, I love for Pilates. The thing with her though, you have to, I have a few favorites. You know, I wouldn't say that should be the only thing you do. It wouldn't be enough, I think, to get good results, but they're great videos to do at the end of your workout so that you can burn out those muscles and just relax too, because Pilates just on a mat is so nice. I love it. Whitney Simmons. Amazing workouts. I love her workouts. Whitney Simmons. And I feel like those might be my top 3 that I go to. I've done random people here and there, but those 3 are like the ones that I go to. And then on the days that I don't watch a video, I do the stuff I shared with you guys. So I hope that this has been inspiring and encouraging and that it motivates you to work out. Tomorrow's Monday. Let's start a new journey. It's fall. We can do this. I need to get back into it too. It's ridiculous. But, you know, seasons, there's got to be grace too. We have to be gracious to ourselves because seasons bring, you know, just new schedules and new things that take up our time, and it's just not possible to do everything every day, you know, the way we want to. So that's all. God bless you guys. I'll see you next time.